Oh, yes. We started the day at 19. We're ending the day at number 1.
What? What?
Yes. Yes. So
So
excited to be
fun.
here with you. Yes. Women
How
Connected
was
in
your
Wisdom.
day? How was your day?
My day was one for the books, to be punny, right? And really, when I think about it, like I think about the ancestors, right? Being able to read, being able to write, being able to do it together, you and
Mhm.
I, and to make sure that not just you and I, because we thought about it, we could have wrote the book by ourselves. We could have played. I could talk about and write it out, and we were the co-hosts. But no, we said that's not how we do things. So let's bring all of the ladies and all of their resources. So, like Coach Code just said on her live, I don't know if I have the words for it yet. I'm super grateful. Um, Laughing at how God always exceeds expectations. And I'm super excited for everything that we have coming. All of the women who are not even here yet, all the experts and the people looking to get connected. And I'm ready to hear and looking forward to hear how lives are changed. Hey, me taking care of my physical wellness did X, Y, and Z. My spiritual wellness. Christine, you being nervous about financial wellness and writing the chapter
Mhm.
really inspired me to, I can hear it already. So I am on top of the world, like little kid Shannon used to say at the top of the playground.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
When you said that at top of the playground, I think about those giant, metal slides, that
Mhm.
you remember that you climb, and then it was really scary at the top, but then you got, "Whee!"
Yeah. Yep, and it always takes you longer to get up there than you're on the slide, like, "Dang, now I gotta run and
Right?
go do it again." Yeah.
Right? I love that. I love that. Yeah, I'm really grateful. I don't know that it's completely sunk in yet, and,
Right.
there's more to do before tomorrow as
Mhm.
always, but
Mhm.
I think
Mhm.
this is probably gonna be our last live for tonight,
Yes.
and then we're
Mhm.
gonna rest and practice what we preach, fuel
Yeah.
ourselves, and then we're gonna be at it tomorrow,
Yeah.
continuing the momentum and getting some
Mhm.
authors on here who you haven't heard from today, and also, we go live with episode 86 tomorrow.
Yes.
I haven't even
Yes.
looked at who our guest is. I'm gonna pop in and do that while we're talking.
Cool.
Just a
Yeah, let's see.
second,
Let's see. And
right?
while Christine looks that up, guys, if you haven't already, we know that you're getting the Amazon Kindle, right? Today and tomorrow are the only 2 days left that is going to be 99 cents for that Kindle reader. So that's where we're getting those rankings from the Amazon bestseller. If you want to be part and make sure that you read the chapters, listen to the chapters, that would be amazing. If you're interested in being part of the conference and want to learn more from our authors about their specific dimension of wellness, go ahead over to our website www.womenconnectedinwisdom.com, and that's going to have the link, yes, to the conference, to our community, so that you can get plugged in and get all of our updates.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. All right. Tomorrow, we are talking to Jackie Abram about
Mm.
occupational wellness.
What is the
Yeah,
title of our show tomorrow?
that's a really good question.
Ooh. I know, bare minimum, women connected in wisdom. Right.
Occupational wellness.
Yep. So important. And when I think about occupational wellness, like I genuinely think about us now, right? We did this I could talk about the other day, and before we started, you had us do a two-word descriptor of how we were feeling, right? And I said happily tired because I'm tired. The schedule has been crazy the past month and the past few months getting this book together, but I love the increase in my occupational wellness from working with you ladies and doing this project and putting everything together. So it's been a really good time.
Yeah, we learned something, don't we? Like,
Yeah.
I was
Learned
just
a
on
lot.
with Amazon today because there was a glitch, and, I
Mhm,
just got an email because it's showing that the paperback is sold out. It's coming, y'all. That's a
mhm.
glitch on Amazon's side. But what we're asking for the, Amazon bestseller campaign is that folks drop 99 cents for our ebook, and even if
Yeah.
you love to read a paper book, drop 99 cents on an ebook and share it with somebody,
Mm,
let's yeah, we appreciate the help and support because it lifts us up. It lifts up these 16 other authors, and it's also part of the algorithm. You know how that works, that the more
yeah.
people that see it, that buy it, that review it, the more people have access to know it even exists. So
Mm,
really grateful for that. So remember, Jackie Abram is the author of Hush Money. Do
mm.
you remember that? Oh,
I
she
don't
was
remember all the
awesome.
details.
Oh, yeah, this is
Remind me.
gonna be a great interview tomorrow.
Mm,
She was talking about occupational wellness and, a lot of isms that happen
mhm.
in corporate America and how she dealt with them, and she's either got 2 or 3 books out, so this should be an interesting, a really interesting conversation. Yeah.
Yeah. Is this one of the guests who I found on LinkedIn or on is this one
No, I think she's one that was actually from LinkedIn. Well, maybe you did. I don't know which of
okay.
us. We need to start making notes about that. But yes, I think she was
We
from
do.
LinkedIn.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have them in the system. We got the notes and everything
Yeah.
plugged away in different places, but I'm looking forward to it. And again, the streams and how to set it up so it's sustainable. How do we maintain our wellness, maintain our self-care, and then our community care? Um, has been a huge lesson for me, especially as we recalibrate and figure out what that looks like after COVID, at the end of COVID, wherever we are right now, right? When we're getting into what we want our new normal to look like, what can we do? What can we do to make it realistic? So again, that's what I'm the most excited about. We have goals, we have all these things, and sometimes we don't put the wisdom and or the action behind it, or we don't have the community or the resources that we feel like we do. So to not only have that for myself, but to also be able to offer it to other people, that's one of my favorite parts.
I love that. Right?
Mhm.
Yeah. I love to connect folks. I love to
Mhm.
connect folks to each other, to themselves, to resources, and in the midst of the chaos, figuring out how do we do it, right? How do we do
Yeah.
it? How do we take care of ourselves? How are we able to sustain it so we can take care of
Mhm.
our communities? Just what you said, my friend. Like,
Yeah.
and we've been talking about all day that we don't have to do it alone, right?
Mm-mm.
We don't have to do this by ourselves.
And you ladies were just talking about it. You were talking about adding more self-care, right? Doing it first, prioritizing it. Cecile was talking about how she does it at the end. She has a class she's about to do tonight on how to have those difficult conversations with, um, is it your racist friends and family? It is, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, with your racist friends and family and how she ends it with self-care. She starts it off that way and ends it. For me, it's been both of those, but also I think about still point and adding still points throughout, right? Again, I was talking about being a band nerd earlier. We know that you have to breathe throughout the piece. You can't breathe at the beginning, breathe
Right.
at the end, and then that's it. So,
Right.
what I know that we all do is add it throughout too, and that's still point or taking those opportunities to pour back into myself throughout the process in between hospital visits or emergency care visits and stuff flying off the top of the car and other crazy situations that we don't always talk about on camera. Still able to show up every week for the podcast, hold space for our other 16 authors, and start the Connected and Wisdom Press so that other people can get their books started. So you don't know this, Christine, but I've already had a few people talk to me about the books and books that they want to do. And do you have any tips? So I know we
Yep.
have it planned already, right? But if you guys get plugged into our website, womenconnectedinwisdom.com, at the bottom, streaming right now, you'll get the information when we start the classes and the resources and the tools for Connected and Wisdom Press. We are officially the number one book. So our team is undefeated, right? And we are at the top right now. We are at the top for Connected and Wisdom Press. So I look
Right.
forward to meeting everybody who is on their way too. Yes.
I had several people reach out to me on LinkedIn today about
Yeah.
talking about putting the book together. So we
Okay.
are going to have a master class on that. So you want to write a book, and that is going to be coming out through our community. And
Yeah.
you want to get signed up with us and check that out. And if you also buy the book today or tomorrow and head over to the website and give us your email, we will send you some electronic goodies. We will send you
Yes.
some digital downloads from our authors that are powerful. and impactful, and in addition to what's in the book. So we're all about how can we serve, how can we get people connected, how can
Yeah.
how can we help you support your dreams and your goals and your vision, right?
Yeah.
Because if you've dreamed of writing a book, if you've dreamed of being a project like this, we want to help you do that. Like, and we can through
Absolutely.
Connected in Wisdom Press and through Women Connected in Wisdom, through our classes and resources. Because this, even though it's big and it's a big project, that the book itself, the project is at completion. This is just the beginning for the next
Yes.
steps of the things that we are excited to offer you and be a part of. So, yeah. Well, my friend, I know that you are probably exhausted. Have you made dinner yet? Are you what you doing?
So it's either going to be leftovers. I want to celebrate. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do to celebrate. Because if I don't pause, we'll be on to volume 13. And it's like, wait a
Right.
minute. What about back in 2022 when I never posted that one picture? Like, so I've been posting and celebrating throughout the day. And I don't know if I'm going to cook here or allow myself to be spoiled a little bit and go get something.
Right? Absolutely. I vote for the spoiled because you
Okay.
deserve it. And
Thank you.
I haven't posted a lot today. I've been going back to back on lives. And so
Hmm.
I realize like on my own social media, I need to be putting some posts. I've sent a few messages and I wanted to spend a little more time sending messages to folks just to let them know because I had a lot of people ask me to let them know. And I have a really great problem. I know a lot of really awesome people. So
You
getting the
do.
word out, I hope I can get it out in 2 days that this is what's happening.
Hey,
So yeah.
I think so. And this is what we do, right? So, what does the sticker say? What does it
I
say?
believe it says Amazon #1 bestseller.
So, did you get the word out, or did you not get the word out already? Right? It's out, Christine. You can rest.
I don't know.
Respond back. I love the follow up. As business owners, we know we have to follow up. I hear what you're saying, absolutely.
Right.
But I would give my friends some grace and some space, and you did it. You did everything you needed to
Right.
do already.
Well, yes, and because
And yeah.
we're sitting at #1 in spiritual growth and self-help, #1 in spiritual healing. We're still sitting at #5 in motivational self-help. And I
I
would
hear you.
love to see us tomorrow. I
Mhm.
don't know if the system will get updated tonight. I would love to see us rise up in that one to #1.
Yes, me
Like
too.
that would just be yes, we met our goal. And
Yes.
that motivational self help one was the one I was looking at from the
Mhm.
beginning. So I would be delighted. Because,
For
there's
me,
some
the
pretty good,
spiritual,
yeah, go ahead.
it surprised me. The spiritual surprised me, and not because there isn't amazing stuff to offer that we have in the spiritual category, but just because I was expecting it to be the one that we are number 5 in right now. Verna!
Verna
Hi!
Hey.
talking
How are you
about
doing?
an international speaker and author, and you are out of town speaking right now, right?
I am. I am. I'm in Iowa
Okay.
Mm,
and I'm doing a trauma training for an organization here called Every Step that works with people from birth to all the way through hospice, this amazing organization. And so I'm co-facilitating a 3-day trauma training to have this help this organization to become trauma informed all the way through to really transform the way that they
Hmm.
deal with their families and clients. Woohoo!
Well done. Well, I am so glad you popped on because our friend today gave us some info today, and you are actually the expert on this, but we want to touch base with you. So he sent a message to us being like, hey, y'all, didn't this take y'all 9 months to complete? And you are in the ninth month of September, and today is the 27th, and 2 plus 7 is 9, and 9 is a master number and a completion number
Right.
and has the sparkling of new beginnings. So, as our numerologist expert in the book who writes about it, what you got for us about us launching on this day?
Well, it's perfection and it's divine. It's divine. Truly, this is the ninth month. And September is the ninth month of this year. So we're at the zenith of this universal year. And yes, today is the 27th. It's a nine. It's completion. Nine is about completion. It's, there are only nine numbers, one through nine. So one is beginning and nine is completion. It takes 9 months, the baby's cooked, right?
Right.
So the baby's cooked and, we've given birth. And also the nine is the number of humanitarianism. It's,
Mm.
it's, it's giving, it's serving the all. It's love lifted from individual love to compassion for the many, for the all. It, nine is the number of the healer. I mean, come on.
Right? It's about the
It
book.
doesn't get any
9
better
is the
than that.
number of the book.
It doesn't get any better than this. That it's totally about healing. This is really the number of completion and serving the all. And that's what this is about. All of the women who have been a part of this, that we're able to just touch on all of these aspects of healing through this book. Um, and yes, it's right on the precipice of new beginnings. So nine is like bringing closure and completion, so that there is a clearing for new beginnings. And that's where this project is going to take all of us,
Mhm.
to new heights and new beginnings. So it's just so extremely exciting. Oh my goodness.
Right.
Thank you so much for that. Yes, and talking about new beginnings, there was so much that went into this book, right? And with it being 18 authors, the names were one of
Right.
them.
That's nine.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Wow. Missed that one, didn't we? Twice. And it's double double because it's 22 this year, so we doubled it. um, but you taking the time to change your name in the middle of writing the book was beautiful to me. It was there were some more emails that we had to send, and for me that was a low price to pay to watch your name change, and for you as a numerologist to do that intentionally with your work in the world. I thought was beautiful for you to start this project with one name and to come out with a different one. Can you speak more about that?
Yes. Well, I think about these uh, these folks in the Bible that changed their names, when they had like a different assignment on their journey. I don't remember who these people are, Paul and Saul and somebody and these people. But this for me, it marks a time when I'm complete with what I needed to do through the name that I have now, through Laverne Baker Hotep. And Verna Darnell propels me toward the new trajectory that I'm on. And it gives me the energy, the vibrations that is needed for the new work that I'm embarking upon. And it's just so important. It's something that I've been wanting to do, but the time wasn't right. The time is now. And so it feels so right. It feels just like perfect timing to do it at this time. With When I came out with the book, I had no idea that that's how it was going to happen, but that's what happened. And names, you know, are vibration, and it carries energy. And it's like our song, you know and this name uh sings my song, and speaks to where I am now at this point in time in my life, and gives me all that I need to move forward with what the Creator has for me to do at this point. So it's divinely given, and it takes a lot of courage. I'm I am really aware of that. That it really takes a lot of courage to do it because, Laverne Baker Hotep. I mean, that's the name, and I'm certainly known, um, but I will be known. Roberta Flack sings a song that's called "I Told Jesus It Was All Right to Change My Name." Now I'm not religious or anything like that, but that song by Roberta Flack is so awesome, and it just really speaks to that. It's like a spirit. It's really okay. It's okay with me. It's well with my soul that my name should be changed to this energy so that I can do what I'm purposed to do at this time in my life.
Mm.
Oh, that's beautiful, Verna.
Yes.
Yay.
Thank
Oh
you
my
for
goodness.
sharing.
And to hear it, to hear the sound of it and hear it being used by you, it's just it's so amazing. So
Yes.
And I have to say to you, people had your back in our community because I had several people reach out to me and go, you got a name wrong. And I go,
Mm.
well, I actually don't, but thank you for caring and checking in. It was
yeah.
super cute. Like people were like, Christine.
That's important.
And everybody knows, all our authors know, yeah, we were vigilant about names
Mhm.
because there were several names in the book that they kept getting wrong in the proofreading. And Shannon and I were like, nope, nope,
Mhm. Nope.
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 And
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was, and I'm
Um,
sure there's, an error somewhere in the book, because that's what happens. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
how good you are, how many proofreaders, how many editors, an extra and or something will slip in. But I will guarantee you
yeah.
our authors' names are right because we were
Yes.
we were
That
on
is
that.
so important. It's so, so important. Oh my gosh. Well, the two of you must be on cloud nine and seventh heaven. Cloud nine, there we go.
Ah!
Hello.
Uh, for sure with this project. I mean, I just really have to commend you and
Thank
thank
you.
you
Yeah.
for the work that you've done to make this happen. My goodness, this is just tremendous. And I can't even imagine what you put into it, the hours, the love, the sweat, the worry, the who, what, you know, to do this. And it's just so important. And so you've made this tremendous contribution to humankind through this work, and it is going to be, well, it already is so appreciated, and it's going to make such a difference in people's lives. I mean, have you read, of course you read the reviews and they keep coming in.
That's
And
good.
wait, has the book really sold out
No,
on
it's a glitch. So it was a glitch that we're aware of and that Amazon is fixing.
okay.
It is going to be, it was just, it's a tech thing. What do we have? 6 planets in retrograde right now or
Yeah.
something. So it is, yeah, they're getting it fixed.
Okay.
And I think it's also a little bit of protection because for the Amazon bestseller, the Kindle is what counts and what
Yes.
lifts it up. And so it should be fixed by tomorrow, they told me. I've been on with customer support. And we're just asking folks to go out there, get that 99-cent version, share it with somebody if you're not an electronic reader, tell your friends if they want to go get it. And the paperback version, it will be available hopefully by tomorrow, and that you can
Yes.
get that one. And that one I believe is $16.95. And
Yes.
and all our authors, all 18 of our authors will have books soon You're going to see them at events. We're going to have book signings. This is just the very beginning. Just like you said, Verna, like this is the beginning. We're
Yes,
showing up
absolutely.
at places. We're going to be partying in person. We're going to be at bookstores around town, around different states. We were just trying to figure out how we can get up to Pittsburgh to see you and Sheila, Verna, because like,
Oh,
how fun would that be to
that
hop
would be
up there
amazing.
and see y'all and do some book signings? So,
That would
Life
be
Coach
amazing.
Co,
Yes. Well,
welcome.
I'm going to leave because my
You gonna pop off?
facilitator, we're going to go to dinner. We worked really hard today, and so we're going to have dinner and prepare for tomorrow. You know how it is when you're doing trainings.
Right?
So that's what we're doing. But I'm so glad to be able to pop on and
And I
Coach
don't know if
Co.
you got the word, Verno. Let's tell you before you leave. We're sitting currently at number one in two categories. We are currently sitting at
Yes.
number one in spiritual growth and self-help and spiritual healing. And we're currently number 5 in motivational self-help. So we're hoping
Wow,
that number 5 bumps up, and
awesome.
we are just going to keep the momentum going.
Keep it going. Keep it going. This is so divine.
Thank you
So
for
thank you
popping
all,
on.
Coach Co.
It's good seeing
Congratulations.
you.
Hey, I
Thank
wish I
you.
could hear you, but I'm going to read you. That's for sure. All right. Take good
Talk
care,
to you
everyone.
soon.
All right, we'll
All
Thank
take
you
right.
it.
so
Peace.
much.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Peace.
You guys can hear me?
Co.
We can.
Yes,
We
we
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
We hear you.
Hi, how's it going? Well, I'm saying that like I haven't just seen
Amazing.
y'all.
You was just partying in another room.
Yes, bring the party
Yes.
in. I'm excited. I just
Right?
wanted to come support you guys.
Thank you so
Oh,
much.
thank you. Yeah,
I was so
thank you.
excited for you to get off. I said I can't wait for her to get off so we can celebrate being Amazon bestsellers.
Woo, woo, woo,
Get it,
woo.
get it, get it, get it, get
Hey, it's
it.
always good. It's always good. Shannon saw me get a little emotional on mine, and I was like, okay, back it up. And then, I did a little twerk session and it was great.
Ah!
Got you. Yes, I've been jumping and dancing and stuff all day. So, and the emotion is natural. I was telling
Absolutely.
somebody the other day, it's like trying to live life without your blood flow or your breath. Like you don't think about stopping it altogether. It's part of who you are. So, I
Hmm.
think that when it comes from, especially your story, I saw how important it would be when I read your story for you to be here because I know what it's like to be in that place, right? And when you talk about being silenced, I actually read this book that was it this book? I think it was The Anti-Lynching of America, a book that my
Hmm.
boyfriend's grandfather actually gave me. And it was talking about the culture of silence. And I think that's part of the opportunity that we have in the Western culture that we're in, right? In the United States, is to really
Hmm.
talk about the whole story. What happened? How can I process it? Like we talk about in our chapters. And then what
Hmm.
resources do we have? So for you to be able to lift up your voice and to make a decision to operate differently and have the courage to do so with women when, like you said, you've pulled away from women. I get what you mean on it's coming from a place of loss. Like, I'm so proud of you, so proud of all of us. And it's understandable to feel all the emotions.
Yeah, it was well, thank you for one. Thank you so much for
Yes.
that. It was it was a painful process. I didn't expect it to be like that. Like you don't think you when people think about relationships, you think about being with a significant other, you think about the ending of that. But this time, me and that particular friend, we have separated before. We have fallen
Mm,
off before, but this one felt more final. It felt like because I felt like I had to be the one to make a different decision. And it
mm,
wasn't easy because that was 20 years, like 20
mhm,
years. I've been from 10 years old and went to college together and, just did most of our lives together. And just in that moment, I saw and felt the weight of that and the weight of it in two different ways. The weight of it of being something like a heavy burden at the sacrifice of your own happiness, and the weight of it of being something that's just been in your life for so long that is now coming to an end. So it's a grievance that you're
mhm,
weighing on you. It's a part of grieving. And for
Yeah.
the longest time, I had dreams about it in very different ways. A lot of my anxiety or when I'm worried about something, it comes up in my dreams. So I dreamed about it in a dream. I would never be able to have the conversation. In the dream, it would
Mm.
always be a different way of me trying to explain myself and never being able to have that conversation. So to be able to put it on paper and now have it expressed and then be in such a supportive environment from down to you guys to the actual big group of it and from my actual friends support group is it's just a divine thing, like Vern says, divine, and it's beautiful, and it's a very healing thing.
Yeah.
And it's a brave thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
when you're being authentic and when you're living in your truth and you're willing to live that way and have those conversations and then share them with the world to inspire and teach other people how to do it, because we're not taught to do it oftentimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for sharing your story, for being brave. I know I've gone through, when I read your chapter, I was like, oh, I felt that.
Mhm.
And it's, to me, ending or shifting friendships is one of the hardest things because we're really not taught how to do it in the American culture, especially Southern American culture. Like
Mm-hmm.
we're just not. Like it has the boundaries, it has um the self-care, like it has all of it mixed in together. And
Mhm.
yeah, it's that was a powerful chapter, and it was also, it's one I still sit with because
Mhm.
I've had several of those in my life. I've had
Mhm.
friendships I've ended really well, and I've had friendships I didn't do a really good job of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we've all been there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
when you don't know
Definitely.
how to do it, you don't know how to do it. And that's what we are trying to teach, trying to learn, trying to do in community with Women Connected in Wisdom. Like,
Mhm.
how can we lift each other up, not be
Mm-hmm.
codependent or caretake
Mhm.
each other, but lift each other up, have good boundaries, lead with self care in
Mhm.
order to sustain our community care.
Mhm.
Like that, it sounds so simple, but it's
It's not.
not.
Mm-mm.
But it was
Mm-mm.
something that she said was like, I'm such a better person on the other side of it. And I hate that pain sometimes has to be the situation that prunes and crushes very to that core to like really hurt, to be able to be on the other side of it because I was just determined to not be a villain anymore and
Mhm.
and be the person that I wanted to be authentically so that when if it's ever comes into question, I won't look back and say, hey, do I need to question my character because I want to know myself, not be to the point where I'm a person that can't evolve or take criticism,
Mhm.
but that I'm having these open and communicative conversations with people. That's why talking to you guys or having conversations and stuff like that. One of the things I told you is that, I've become an effective communicator, and that's something that I take in all aspects with me at my job and stuff, and try to be more honest and open without being, you know, overly direct to the point where, I'm hurting people's feelings on purpose and like, well, you're just going to have to deal with it.
Mhm.
But actually just being more honest and saying, hey, what's going on? Let's have a conversation. Let's talk it out. Because, when a person doesn't feel heard, that's one of the worst feelings ever.
Mhm.
Right.
And that's what we started with, right? You open up the book and it talks about connection. And connection is feeling heard, feeling like you have a space at the table, and we could say,
Mm-hmm.
hey, I don't agree on that topic and still not flip the table in a glass, shatter on your face and all this extra. Like it doesn't have to be that dramatic. It could just be your plate is your plate and my plate is mine.
Mm-hmm.
But also because we are so aligned in our circle, we haven't had that. That's a beautiful thing too. And I know when I've walked away or ended friendships, I had to look around and say, hey, again, one, if everybody else leaves, me and God are still here, right? Two,
Mm-hmm.
this one friend left, and I hear you on the 20 years. and there's other people here too. So now
Mhm.
who's going to be the closest person? I get to reevaluate what I need in the season, who best suits me to be here, who I have the capacity to hold space for, and what that looks like. So again, when I think about your story, I think about the lesson I had to learn that not everything is lifetime stuff. It's a reason, a
Mm.
season, and a lifetime. I was trying to
Mhm.
make everything lifetime. Everything was going to be 20, 40 years hanging out. And sometimes you got to
Always.
prune it and trim it
Mhm.
off. Yeah, to
That's
keep
good.
to keep growing.
That's good. That whole everything lasts a like I refuse to accept that. I
Mm,
refuse to accept that. I was struggling. I was like, no, everybody, me. But then I realized that that was abandonment issues. That wasn't
mm,
necessarily more to do with them or more or just the love that I have for them. Yes, it was a part of it, but there was still trauma on the other side of that. Not wanting to be alone and being willing to put up with things that I shouldn't put up with for my own mental health and for my own sake in a just to try to keep a relationship or keep something out of fear of ending up alone because then you become my idol
mm-hmm.
and and nothing goes over God. So
Right.
when you just said that if I know that it's me and God, I'm going to be okay, I had to get there because I was not okay
Mm-hmm.
with that, and
Mm-hmm.
that was the hardest part of it.
Yeah. I hear what you're talking about. And for me, that was, and this is working through my story, right? And okay, so we're sharing, we're on live, and we said this was going to be like 45 minutes, so we have a few minutes to wrap it up. Um, but when I think about um, the friendships and what you just said about letting it go, what was going to be my point, Lord? You said you and God. I brought that up. What else? I don't remember now.
I mean, me and God, and I
Yeah.
said I had the trauma of feeling abandoned.
Mhm.
um
Oh, so for me, that comes from, thank you so much, being divorced, right? We joked about the D word on yours, but for me, about Ashley divorcing you, right? A1 since day one. Shout out to Ashley for supporting our book launch. Um,
yes.
but it's really being in and out of families, right? You talk about how your position as a sibling, taught you how to operate in that environment, right? When I was going through college and stuff, and roommates with Jessica, our friend, our common friend. Um, I would tell an interesting fact about myself as an RA at Kennesaw State. And the interesting fact was I've been the oldest, the youngest, and an only child. And now I'm the oldest again. And so, hey Melody, thinking about that and the connection that you have when you're part of a family, right? And the disconnection that you feel with divorce and unexpected separation and unexpected
Hmm.
change in life positions. It's okay, well, where is the foundation that I can stay solid no matter what's going on? And that's been the social support and yes, staying connected to the source.
So
Melody.
Hello, Melody
Melody.
Lebaron, Amazon
Yes.
best-selling
Whoop,
author.
whoop. Did
Hi
you know,
there.
Melody? Did you know
I,
that we got to Amazon? Okay, good.
I did. That's so exciting. And thank you for the wisdom you were just sharing, Shannon. That's
Absolutely.
profound.
It
Yes, and
is.
it's related specifically to yours as well, how you remind people of the sacred relationship with not only their space, but also the land and the area that they live in. That's really helped me think about environmental wellness in a completely different way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Life changing,
Yeah.
Melody. Thank you for sharing that with me and having those conversations with me about that. Because every now, I feel like I have not been the same since. In that, just even though I'm not there yet, we know that we know I told you my shortcomings. I'm not there yet. Just taking the little steps have been good. I'm proud of myself for the little steps that have become something good. So thank you for that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think we all have our own areas of expertise, which makes this book so beautiful. Um, and it's always been easy for me if I wanted to change something in my life and I felt stuck, I could go organize the silverware drawer or the junk
Mhm.
drawer or a shelf on the closet. And putting that little bit of order could create the spaciousness in myself that I could sort out what were the obstacles. Like you help your clients like move through the obstacles in their lives. And so for me, I just approach everything from what can I do in my environment to up level the environment so that I can feel like I'm creating more spaciousness in my life.
Mhm.
Love that.
Yeah.
Cleaning. One of the
Yeah.
things that I don't necessarily organize, but when I'm really upset about something, like really upset, I'll clean and I'll really clean, and then just it's almost like a working out. Like some people will say they'll go to the gym and burn it out. I'll clean,
Yeah.
and then it feels like I've got something done, as you said before, and I feel a lot better.
Yeah.
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 But
Yeah.
I'm gonna hop out, ladies. I'm gonna let Melody get her shine on because I know that I've been taking up all of the time.
You've
In
been
the
doing
end,
great.
so thank you, Shannon. You are
Yeah.
amazing. Christine, you are equally as amazing. And Melody, you are always amazing as well. So you guys have a wonderful night. I am
Thank you.
going glow from head to toe. And Shannon, I'm
Yes.
going to text you back about that to let you know exactly how I feel about it.
Yes.
Best-selling authors.
Yes.
Go rest and have a good night.
You
Rest
guys
well, my
too.
friends. You
Thank
did
you. Love
great
you.
today. Love you
Love you
too. Talk
too.
to you
Okay,
tomorrow.
bye.
Bye.
So
So,
exciting.
Melody, how is
Yes. I
Chicago?
was gonna ask you that.
My goodness. It's been amazing. It's been gorgeous. We walked 8 miles. My feet are sore, but I've never seen this beautiful city. I had
Mm,
no idea how big Lake Michigan is. I had no idea. You know, I've been in a lot of cities. I worked in Manhattan, after my senior year in high school. I moved then to San Francisco and see, I've seen so many major cities. I have never seen a city so filled with flowers. There's everywhere I've looked today, flowers, beautiful flowers. And last night, we left our friend's apartment and came to our hotel. And we were supposed to go back there this morning to meet her. So I thought, okay, I'm going to memorize like what's around. And the whole walk into her building was filled with pink impatiens, pink flowers. And
mm.
this morning we go toward the building and I'm like, wait, I'm confused because and what they had done is they swapped out the plantings and now it's all mums and the like the autumn cabbages. And I'm like, I could swear there were
It
pink
was pink
flowers.
impatience yesterday, right?
And
Change.
And then we walked around the corner with her, and I was like, what happened to the pink flowers? And she was like, what pink flower? I guess she doesn't notice. And we walked around the corner, and there was the landscaping trucks taking all of the pink impatiens up and putting all of the new ones. But this city is stunningly clean and beautiful.
And if you just listen to the news, you would not think that about Chicago, would you?
Actually, no,
Right?
you wouldn't. But no, my husband took a photo today of me on the riverfront.
Hmm.
And, he said, we've got a building in the back you're not going to love. And sure enough, it was the Trump Tower. And the name of the build, oh my God, it was hysterical. It was so funny. In the front of this building is a sign that says, this is the largest building in the world if you take in these factors into consideration. And it's like, does he have this on his zipper? I mean, it's just hilarious.
Right?
Oh my God. But everything, the history is so apparent. Like you'll have these really beautiful old buildings that are clean and restored right next to these very shiny glass brand new skyscrapers, and it's just a gorgeous combination of the old and the new. So I'm loving it.
I remember seeing Lake Michigan for the first time and the power of that lake. Like, you don't think it's a lake, it feels more like an ocean. It's so huge.
Right.
And I mean, that's why they call them the Great Lakes, right? But if you haven't seen them before or been around them, it is really a powerful feeling
Yeah.
to be there. And also, how's the wind? Because, Chicago is the windy city, and it does get a rep for the wind.
It does. And there was a little bit of wind today, but it wasn't that windy. We had the perfect fall weather. So
Yay.
I got to wear my autumn colors
Oh, beautiful.
and my wool jacket. And yeah, it's
Perfect.
it's really been a blessing. Yeah.
I am so glad you got to jump on and say hi to us today.
Oh my
We have been calling your name. We have been
goodness.
calling almost all our authors. We probably need to run through those tomorrow too, Shannon. But we were on live today at 1:00, Melody, when the system updated, and we realized we were had hit Amazon bestseller by 1:00. I'm really proud of us, right? And we're going to keep going tomorrow too. It may not be as intense as today was, but we want to keep the momentum going. So, folks, because it continues to spread far and wide as we do this. And so right now it's for sale on Amazon for 99 cents, y'all, the Kindle version. And download it. If you love it, give us a 5-star review. That helps. It spreads the word. Share it with your friends. We are just having a ball, being connected, sharing, and the things are starting to pour in as people read the different chapters and resonate with the different ones. And we've talked a little bit about it throughout the day, but at the end of October, we have a Women Connected in Wisdom conference. So all of these authors are going to be speaking, and you get more of them because, in the book, you only get about 1,000 words. You get a lot for that 1,000 words, but it's still, just a taster of their brilliance. So I can't wait. You were on Melody. I think I was on Instagram when look what came in the mail today. A jury summons. Guess for the week that it is. The conference week. I'm gonna have to put in for a oh hey, I can't do that. But I was like, oh really, Spirit? You got a sense of humor.
You know what? Every single year that we lived in Atlanta, I got a jury summons every single year.
And I'm very active civically, and this is my first one. Isn't
Oh,
that
really?
wild? I've been here 15 years, and this is my first one. And of course, it comes on the week of the conference.
Well,
But I think you get one time to switch it. So,
yeah, from my
Mhm.
experience, you won't have a problem. You won't
yeah.
have a problem switching. And Christine, you've got to switch because
Oh,
we
absolutely.
without you.
Shannon
Yeah.
could do it without me, but I'm not going to let her do that because we're
Right.
women connected in wisdom. And
It's
part
true.
of our whole belief system is, the whole thing about many hands make light work. That, we can share it with each other and we don't have to pull up our bootstraps by ourselves and pretend that we're doing it by ourselves.
So
Melody,
I want to hear from both of you for just a second. Like, how has today been for you? And you haven't been live streaming all day, have you?
Oh,
basically,
pretty much.
we took
Hopping
some
from
breaks.
different authors. We've
Yeah.
taken some breaks, but yeah, we're about cooked.
Yeah.
Shannon, you
Yeah.
go first and say how it's
Oh,
been for you today.
today has been exponential. I keep saying that things exceed expectations, and I did not have any doubt that this would do that, and it still did it, and that's a beautiful thing. So to be Amazon bestseller for me and Melody, we were talking about on Coach Co's how for her social chapter, right? It went from a loss to a beautiful thing. And for me, I'm working on my story around it because I want to make sure it's positioned correctly. But we know I talk about my mom passing away. I'm doing this because tomorrow's her birthday. So her urn is right here. We have flowers and everything. Okay. So for me, to go into my mom's birthday, Amazon bestseller, we're talking about chronic illness and I'm talking about physical wellness for generations. However you would word that, that's how I'm doing. Yes.
Wow.
Amazing.
You
Yes.
know
What
what
about
that
you, Chris?
what
I'm
I
sorry.
call Shannon, is
What?
that's power.
Mhm.
That's power. That's power to reframe. That's
Mhm.
power to recalibrate. You're recalibrating your own body, but you're
Right.
reframing your mother's experience as well.
Mhm. I'm
Because
writing
if
it
you
down.
can experience what your mother's life, the trajectory of her life,
Yes.
now is in context with you being a best-selling author.
Oh, and thank you for that, Melody. Let me expound a little bit more because I want to show you guys. I used to say my life is crazy. Now I say strategically orchestrated because not only was she amazing, she was also valedictorian in high school as her at a Catholic school. Okay, so she was used to be in the top, and she also was an engineer and she built bridges. So now I feel like I build bridges for people and themselves, their families, and let's go ahead and get you to the other side and help with transitions. So all of that is huge for me today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shannon, will you call her name?
Oh, yes, Anita.
Anita.
Yes.
Anita would be so proud of you, my friend.
Thank you so
Like
much.
you shining
Mm,
and building these bridges, she would be
yeah.
so proud. Like
Thank you so
she'd
much.
be, if she was here, she'd be one of our comments popping in and saying, "That's
Yeah.
my girl."
Yes, no, definitely a cheerleader, definitely super proud. And of course, shout out to my dad too. We talk a lot about women and what we do,
Mhm.
but we made Connected and Wisdom Press because everybody needs the wellness. And he was definitely a huge part of that. So that's my last name. So hey dad, you see your last name in the middle of this book? He doesn't know now because he's probably working. He didn't text me back. Your daughter's an Amazon bestseller. So to be able to give them that gift has been amazing.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Christine?
Well, my day started out, it was really interesting. I felt really vulnerable. And I think it was just because, I mean, I think there were a couple of things. Y'all know this last week has been pretty intense. And I, to be at this point, and it is kind of like giving birth, like, it's been 9 months, you're here, you're not sure how the day's going to go. It's a little scary. It's a little sweaty. You're a little exhausted. You're like, oh my gosh, can we just be done? And you're trying to enjoy the moment, like all at the same time, right?
Mhm.
And I really felt, especially as being one of the lead authors and weavers of it, is just I didn't want to let anybody down. I love each and every one of these authors. Some of them have been my friends for years. Some of them I just met through this process. 15 of them are brand new authors. Like this is their big day. And so I was really feeling that. And Melody, you'll laugh because I had to go get a new phone yesterday because my phone completely broke while I was out of town this weekend. So I'm trying to get on Amazon Live. I'm trying to get on Instagram Lives. I'm like, oh, it's not downloaded on my new phone. Like, so I'm downloading it. So it's been incremental steps every day, just getting myself back together. And so I've had fun. I consciously made time to go outside, to pet the dog, to drink water in between lives. We really have been online almost. I took an hour off and taught an interplay class today, which was super fun because I needed to ground and I needed to be present. And my favorite part of the day was when Shannon and I were on live together at 1 o'clock and it downloaded and I shared the screen that we were number one at. It's on video, y'all. Go watch that 1 o'clock live. It made my year, probably my entire year. And I'm probably
Uh,
going to go back and cut out just that clip so
Thank
we
you.
can share that all around.
Yeah, I'm for it. I'm for it. Yes. Yes, and holding space for all you ladies. Melody, I was thinking about you. I said, no, Melody's not going to be able to be online. Well,
Mhm.
she is where she's supposed to be, right? She'll
Yeah,
enjoy her day, and we'll see her when she gets back. So to connect
right.
all of you ladies has been great.
It was just this little window of time I had where I had a little bit of quiet and privacy, and I was like, maybe they're still on. So
Right.
I'm glad I got to join you, and congratulations to all of us.
Yes.
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 Yeah, it's a big
Congratulations to
deal.
you.
And
Yes.
I hope you've claimed it on your author page, Melody, because you have a book already Transforming
Right.
Space. So go to Amazon and make sure you claimed it. So both your titles are showing now, and folks can find you, because we're going to be uplifting all our authors, and people can see the other incredible work that you've done. And we called your name no less than 5 times on lives today, just so you know, talking
Thank
about your chapter, talking about how impactful it was, and just thank you for being a part of this project and bringing your
Yes.
wisdom. Yeah.
Well, thank both of you for envisioning this and for making this happen. This has been just the way you've structured it with all of our calls, and being able to meet all of these amazing women. And Co and I did an Instagram live together where I really got to know her. So I am looking forward to the Tele Summit, because when I sat down last weekend and I thought, I'm going to read all the chapters, I just want to see how they all weave together. I was blown away by the diversity in background and perspective and life experience, and how it all weaves together. And I have actually recommended this book to some of my clients, because I knew that some of the younger women authors had specific stories that they needed to read. And it's been such a joy to hear back from them, and just they're blown away. They're so excited. So,
I
Oh,
love to hear that.
what a way to wrap the night, Melody. Thank you for that
Yes.
feedback. Thank you. And so
J-
grateful to be connected. And
Thank
enjoy
you
the
so
rest of
much.
your time. We'll look forward to seeing you when you get back. And we're just so
Yes.
grateful. So,
thank you. Bye.
Good
bye.
night.
Good night.
So good.
What a way to end the night, my friend.
We did it
We did it.
all the way from your porch at the beginning of the year, writing stuff out, to Amazon bestseller, tired with new technology. We did it.
Right? Right?
Yes.
Right? And we're going to do it again tomorrow.
Yep.
We're going to still be around. We may not be as intense tomorrow, but we'll probably pop on. And for sure, we will be at 5 o'clock live. We will be going live with episode 86.
Hmm.
I think we'll probably get some sleep and then decide we might pop on one other time tomorrow and see what's going on,
Yeah,
because we
let's
want to
see.
keep this
I'm
momentum
fluid.
going. And
Fluid.
we want to reach out to our authors that didn't get a chance to pop on today to see if they have a chance tomorrow, so you can meet them, because they're
Yeah.
incredible. And
Yes.
can't wait to introduce you to them. So
Mm.
thank you, my friend. I think it's
Thank you.
time for us to go rest.
Let's go rest. Let's go rest. And we will see you guys tomorrow, live at 5 Eastern Time. In the meantime, be well, be wise, be whole. We'll see you soon.